Dolphins fans, we are presented by our good friends over at Manscaped. Go get your last day Father's Day gift, manscaped.com, promo code Dolphins for 20% off plus free shipping. We'll tell you more about them later on in today's show. I walked into the office this morning. I'm like, man, what should we talk about on the Dolphins show? Pretty obvious. Dalvin Cook continues to be linked to Miami. He was officially released by the Vikings on Friday, and the Dolphins are certainly the front runners to get him right now. And if they land him, we are going to have you guys covered. So be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications. Might even have to go live if Dalvin Cook does indeed sign with the Dolphins. Right now, only 16.7% of our subscribers have their notifications turned off. We're trying to get to 20%. So hit that noti bell below. Set notifications to all if you want to stay in the loop with the Fins. You'll get an alert on your phone whenever we put out a video or whenever we go live. Talking about the latest on Dalvin Cook, after being released by the Vikings, he reportedly wants, quote, a significant contract from his next team. Again, he was officially released by the Vikings on Friday. That news broke on Thursday that it was going to happen. Tom Pelissero of NFL Network, very much in the know, specifically with the Vikes, saying that he's not going to sign for a deal worth $4 to $5 million annually. He's going to want a lot more than that. Apparently, he wants to make kind of closer to what he was set to make in Minnesota this year, which was over $12 million. So I believe that he is looking for a deal north of $10 million per year from his next team. He might even want a multi-year contract. Barry Jackson tweeting this. Tom Pelissero reiterates what we've been reporting the past several days. Dalvin Cook wants significant contract and is not taking $5 million per year. He's not jumping on anything in that range. He's willing to wait a while. That's why mutual interest with the Dolphins and Cook isn't enough yet. So it appears that money right now is separating the Dolphins and Dalvin Cook. That is why we have not seen a deal get done yet and why we might not for a little while. Do you want to pay Dalvin Cook? Do you think Dalvin Cook is worth what he's looking for here as a free agent? Type P for pay or type D for don't down in the comment section. What should the Dolphins do here with Dalvin Cook? It is the pinned comment, so when an ad break comes, go and reply. Do you want to pay Dalvin Cook or not? Chime in down below. I think that's the question that Chris Kerr's asking right now. He's like, man, we got a pretty good running back room. Dalvin wants a lot of money here. We have the money after getting that Byron Jones money post-June 1, but are we willing to pay him? Now, the Dolphins have $13.4 million in cap space. So let's say they give Dalvin $10 million a year, but $5 million of that is signing bonus, $2 million of that's a roster bonus. They can make it work to kind of lower the cap hit. That would happen by taking on Dalvin Cook. But this is an interesting situation that's developing, the fact that money might be getting in the way of Dalvin coming back home to the 305. Got Father's Day coming up on Sunday, and if you're like me, you're like, man, we're less than a week from Father's Day. I don't know what I'm going to get my dad. This is what you should get him, the Performance Package from Manscaped, because the Performance Package is going to give Pops everything that he needs. The Lawnmower 4.0, the Weed Whacker, Ball Toner. It's going to come with the Crop Reviver as well. Everything your dad needs to make your mom happy, if you know what I mean. Manscaped.com, promo code Dolphins, 20% off, plus free shipping at manscaped.com. Again, promo code Dolphins. That link, that promo code, in the comments and the description of today's video. So be sure and go check out our friends over at Manscaped. Going back to Dalvin Cook here, again, it is going to come down to money. Now, I thought he might be willing to take somewhat of a significant pay cut here because, he wants to come back to Miami. And look, I think that it's pretty obvious that Dalvin wants to be a Dolphin. How do I know that? His Instagram activity. Right after the news broke that he was going to get released by the Vikes, he tweeted out, posted this photo on Instagram, him celebrating. You recognize that stadium, Dolphins fans? Yeah, Hard Rock Stadium. And then he posted this. Now, why is this photo interesting? Because he's doing the 305. Dalvin wants to come home. It's obvious. We've known this ever since March that Dalvin has wanted to play for the Dolphins. It's probably a lifelong dream of his to play for Miami because he grew up in South Florida. He went to Central High School in Miami. And then went to Florida State, where he actually played with Jalen Ramsey. So those two could potentially be reunited here. He's played in 6 NFL seasons, 4-time Pro Bowler. This guy's been one of the best running backs in the league for the past half decade or so. Speaking of Jalen Ramsey, it looks like Jalen Ramsey's on the recruiting trail here. He posted this the day that Dalvin got released. Or Florida State football stuff today, just for good energy. So you got to know Jalen Ramsey wants his guy Dalvin Cook. Those guys played together at Florida State back in 2015, 2016 when those two overlapped at FSU. Taking a look at Dalvin's numbers the last 4 seasons. Again, he's been one of the more consistent running backs in the league. You know, it's funny. I saw this graphic kind of tweet out the other day, and the caption was, imagine not getting a return for this. Like, it's unbelievable that the Vikings could not trade this guy. They could not get anything in return for Dalvin Cook. I mean, look at the numbers. Over 1,000 yards every single year. Not to mention the last 2 seasons where he was still really, really good. Over 1,100 yards in both of those seasons. Not easy for a running back to do. He was not fully healthy. He was dealing with some injuries. So now he's fully healthy. Nick Hick saying he's good to go. His trainer, that's also the trainer of Tua Tagovailoa. And I think Dalvin Cook is going to be hungry to put up really big numbers for his hometown Miami Dolphins if he does, in fact, sign with the Fins. And Miami is the strong favorites to land Dalvin Cook. We saw that tweet from Adam Schefter on Thursday when the news broke about Cook being released. And the 2 teams that he said were interested were Miami and Denver. Now, those are still the 2 betting favorites here. The Dolphins at plus 125, the Broncos at plus 450, according to DraftKings. However, Mike Kliss, who's very much in the know with the Broncos, he tweeted out that the Broncos are out on Dalvin Cook, or at least appear not to be in on Dalvin Cook. So he's very much in the know. He knows his stuff. He was all over the Vic Fangio stuff as well when all that craziness was happening about if Vic was coming to Miami or not. So he's very well connected with all things Broncos. So I will take his word for the Broncos are out. So you look at the next best team in terms of odds, the Jets and the Bills at plus 900 and the Cowboys at plus 1,000. So if the Broncos are out, that leaves the Dolphins as even a stronger favorite to land Dalvin Cook here in free agency. Where will Dalvin Cook play in 2023? Go down in the comments section. Predict it. Where will Dalvin Cook play in 2023? He's a Dolphin. I do believe that Dalvin Cook is going to sign with the Dolphins. And why do I say that? Because the Dolphins are probably the team that's the most interested. And Dalvin Cook wants to be a Dolphin, right? Now, money right now is the problem. Money is what's separating the Dolphins from signing Dalvin Cook. But I believe that those 2 sides will be able to work something out, try to get a deal done. If both sides are interested, I don't expect money to be why Dalvin does not sign in Miami. Why he might not sign in Miami, why the Dolphins might not be willing to pay him is because of the current running back situation. They're pretty set here. But if they want to maybe move on from some of these backs, here's what that would look like. Myles Gaskin, who's probably RB5 right now. None of his $1 million salary is guaranteed. Salvon Ahmed, who's probably RB4, his cap hit shrinks from $1.4 billion to $100,000. Raheem Mostert, $650,000 dead money if traded after June 1. So maybe Raheem Mostert could be on the move if they sign Dalvin Cook. And Jeff Wilson, that cap number not too bad as well, under $800,000 if he's traded. So the Dolphins can certainly move on from some of these guys if they sign Dalvin Cook. Devon Achane obviously would remain on the roster, but nobody else is safe in terms of the running back situation if the Dolphins sign Dalvin Cook. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to continue to have you covered here with all the Dalvin Cook rumors.